Critical thinking, problem solving, these are very good skills that you can get with STEM education. But wait, do you know what STEM is? If you don't, join me and let's find out together. Hello and welcome back to A Moment with TSI, a podcast created for you to get the language immersion you need to improve your skills. I'm your host, Carlos, and today we're diving into the exciting world of STEM education. In this episode, we will explore what STEM education is while enhancing your English language skills, so whether you are a future scientist, a techie, or just curious about it, you can learn and practice your English skills. First, let's dive into understanding STEM education. The concept of STEM comes from science, technology, engineering, and mathematics put together. So, STEM is an interdisciplinary approach to learning that focuses on those four key areas. I repeat, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now, STEM is all about nurturing your critical thinking, problem solving, and innovation skills. These are very important pieces of vocabulary that I want to share with you today. So, for you to learn them, I'm going to give you an explanation. First, let's start with STEM education. STEM education is a curriculum that integrates science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to provide students with a holistic or a more complete learning experience. Let's move now to the word interdisciplinary. Interdisciplinary means involving multiple subjects of areas of study, like in our team where different engineers, scientists work together. Now let's move to critical thinking. Critical thinking is the ability to analyze and evaluate information to make informed decisions. Now, the next word I bring you is problem solving. Problem solving is the process of finding solutions to challenging issues or questions. If you have ever found yourself in front of a very difficult problem and found a solution to it, then you have used problem-solving skills. Next, we have innovation. Innovation is a word that is commonly used when talking about technology because it refers to the creation of new ideas, methods, or products for a specific area. Finishing with this vocabulary, I want to move forward and give you something extra for you to learn. And in this case, it is an idiom, which is a colloquial expression related to the topic that you can use. The idiom is "the sky's the limit," and this is related to using problem-solving skills, because it means that you have no limits, you can solve any issue, any problem, because you are very, very intelligent, and therefore only the sky can limit your potential. Now, I want you to remember that when it comes to STEM education, the sky is the limit. There are no boundaries to what you can achieve when applying it. Now, let's talk about the STEM fields in detail. As we mentioned, STEM education encompasses various fields and careers. I'm going to share some of them with exciting options and the related vocabulary. Let's start with biotechnology. Because STEM involves science, engineering, technology, and mathematics, biotechnology is a clear area and career that is covered by STEM, because it involves actually the four areas that we mentioned. Now, more specifically, biotechnology involves using living organisms or their systems to develop or make useful products. Interesting, right? Let's move now to computer science. This is a more known area that is covered by STEM. Now, Specifically, computer science is the study of computers and computing technologies, as well as software and the coded programs that are used to run the functions that they use. Now, the next one that I want to mention is aerospace engineering. Aerospace engineering deals with designing and building aircraft, spacecrafts, and related systems. Definitely one career that involves all the 4 areas or major fields of STEM. Next, we have one that is actually very current, that is gaining momentum in recent years: data analysis. Data analysis is the process of examining, cleaning, transforming, and interpreting data to discover useful information. I want to make a pause here and tell you one idiom that is related to these areas because they all are covered by the STEM fields. The idiom is "in the same boat." When we're talking about STEM fields, you are often in the same boat with others, meaning that you share similar circumstances and challenges. So, in other words, speaking about in the same boat is speaking about teamwork or working together as a team to achieve the same objectives. Now, let's move to the importance of STEM education. Why is STEM education so important, so crucial? This is because it is the foundation of innovation, technology, advancement, and problem solving in our modern world. We must remember that we're living in a high-paced digital world nowadays. So these areas covered by STEM are very important for global development and economical development of each nation. That said, let's move to the significance of STEM. And I want to mention it by using a very interesting idiom that I bring for you to learn and use while speaking English. The idiom is "the name of the game." Why the name of the game? What is the meaning? Well, for example, in the modern world, we can say that the name of the game is often innovation and problem solving. So, in other words, the name of the game is like the main characteristic that describes something. For example, the name of the game for data analysis is the same data. Or the name of the game in STEM is applying all those 4 areas to improve your skills. Moving forward to the challenges that you can find in STEM education, I must mention that while STEM education is actually exciting, and for me as an engineer is very fascinating, it's not without its own challenges. So, what challenges can we find? Let's explore them by learning some interesting vocabulary for you to apply when speaking English. First, let's talk about gender disparity. Gender disparity is the unequal representation of different genders, particularly in this case in STEM fields. So we all know that unfortunately in some areas that are covered by STEM, we see a gap between what women and men can earn. Another challenge is resource constraints. But what is the meaning of resource constraints? Well, resource constraints would be like resource limits, the limitation or the limited access to funding, equipment, materials that some people in different parts of the world can have, and they cannot enjoy fully these STEM programs. Now, another challenge would be inclusivity. And yes, this is related to the gender issue that we mentioned before. So inclusivity means promoting diversity and making sure everyone has equal opportunities, something that has been difficult to achieve in the STEM world. Finally, we have curriculum. Curriculum is the set of courses and content taught in an educational program. So, for some people, the STEM curriculum is not fully developed yet and should be improved, something that has become a challenge for certain programs. Now, another idiom that we can use here related to this topic is uphill battle. Why, you may think? Well, because overcoming the challenges in STEM education can actually be an uphill battle, meaning that it's difficult but yet worth the effort. So, to make it more clear, uphill means like moving in an upwards direction, up the hill, we could say. So the idiom, an uphill battle, is a battle that is challenging you
to move hard upwards.
Okay, with that explained, let's move now about how STEM can help you improve your language skills. In the end, this podcast is for you to improve your language skills, right? So, STEM helps you improve your language skills in different forms. First, you will be learning specialized vocabulary. In science, you will be learning vocabulary related to things like biology or nature in general, also medicine maybe. And when it comes to vocabulary in the technological and engineering fields, it's going to be definitely vocabulary that is highly technical. Now, mathematics, we're going to learn the vocabulary to express functions and equations, for example. Another way that STEM helps you improve your language skills is the communication you need to use when solving problems. In order to solve a problem, you may need to find some help, and to find that help, you will need to communicate what the problem is, where do you need help with, etc., etc. This takes us to the next point. STEM also helps you improve your language skills because it makes you get involved in international communication. The fact that it is interdisciplinary is going to put you in a situation where you're going to be speaking to people from different areas, different ethnicities, different countries, etc. And more often than not, you will be having this communication in English. So you're going to be practicing your language skills in order to collaborate with your team. Finally, we cannot forget that these areas covered by STEM usually require to communicate the result of solving the issues or the results of investigation, for example, in a written form. So you are going to be usually having presentations or documentation that it will be written in English, so you are going to develop also those skills. Well, this is it for this episode. Thank you very much for joining me in this interesting topic about STEM education. So far, we explored the foundations, the fields, the importance of STEM, and how STEM can actually help you improve your language skills. All this while helping you learn new vocabulary, colloquial expressions, and improving your English language skills. Now, whether you are aiming for a career in STEM or just expanding your knowledge, STEM is definitely a fascinating world to explore. Thanks again for joining me in a moment with TSI. Stay curious, keep learning, and remember, the sky is your limit in your educational journey. Thank you very much, and until next week, goodbye.